Hello, and welcome to me checking my door, because I'm a professional. But anyway, welcome back to World of Warships. I almost called it World of Tanks for some reason, which I haven't played in years. This time we're going to confuse myself, but also we're going to play the Fuso, which is not fully upgraded, and I don't know if I will fully upgrade it. It's not range upgraded. It's not a huge deal, because I can't aim at range anyway. And its guns are not upgraded, which you sacrifice a very small amount of turn speed for rate of fire, which I'm not all too interested in. Excuse me. Particularly since this uses much better guns anyway. But anyway, we won't talk about that. We're going to play the Fuso and probably the Furutaka today, because I would like to get to something that isn't the Furutaka. Anyway, let's go ahead and start with the Fuso, because I kind of feel like playing the Fuso twice, if physically possible. I also never checked this guy's message. I don't know who this is. If that's you, let me know, because this dude just randomly said, "Hey, I'd like to play with you," and I was like, "Oh, hi." But I don't know who it is, so, you know, details. Plus, I don't do a lot of random... Excuse me. I don't do a lot of random divisions or platoons or whatever. There's a freaking Shokaku in this match? You what, mate? Alright, well that's just weird. So, there's two independents on the enemy team, we get an independence, and then Matchmaker just decides it's gonna throw a Shokaku in here for some reason. Don't ask questions about it, but otherwise this match is primarily seemingly a tier 7 and 8 match, so our tier 6 butt is just kind of stuffed into here. Also going to immediately load HE because... screw it. I'm also going to immediately turn left, because apparently that's the direction I'm going. To A, he says. I was actually going to go hang around A anyway. I like A better than C and D. Primarily because I can quickly fire between A and B without actually, you know, changing much of my position. This'll do. So there is the Shokaku somewhere. There it is. It was next to me somewhere. It's this, you know, it's not anything crazy extravagant, but it's tier 8. It probably has full offense, if I were to guess. Looks like there's 3 fighters up. Are they all 6? No, one of them's 4. So that Shokaku doesn't have full offense because it does have a fighter squadron. Now it's a tier 8, so that one fighter squadron's perfectly fine against tier 6s, let's be honest here. Having said that, Japanese fighter squadrons aren't very good. So we have a 19-something kilometer range, 19.8. The max range for this particular vessel is 21-something, I think. Which we'll never have. Ooh, I actually hit him with a couple shells. And those would be plunging shells at that distance. It looks like I did literally no damage to him, though. He turned, so I may not have actually hit anything useful. Also, I am now being shot at. My god. I'm gonna shoot again, somewhat haphazardly, and probably hit nothing. I'm also gonna get hit with dive bombers, it looks like. I don't know why he's well, I do know why he's dive bombing me, so he can probably light me on fire and then screw me over with something else is what he's trying to do. Which he has succeeded with doing, at least part of that. I am not going to put the fire out yet. Also, we have a bit of anti-air. It's not great anti-air, but we do have it. And here's where the low range is a bit troublesome. We'll go ahead and repair. I was waiting to see what these other planes did. These other planes dropped over there. If they came in for me. If they were going to come in for me, I wasn't going to repair. It should be fairly obvious why.
Problem solved, sir.
Let's just haphazardly fire over there and see how she goes. I'm basically making guesstimations on where I should be firing based on ship, range, all that stuff. I was actually way too close for this guy. I should have been like right here. Assuming he doesn't turn, and thus is the problem with, you know, battleship weaponry, is the assumption is they don't turn sometime between now and 11 seconds from now. which realistically they would probably do, and thus my shell would miss. So I like to be a bit aggressive with my battleships lately. I don't know why, it's not recommended. But I do like to be a bit aggressive. That looks like it might hit him a little. Nah, barely missed. Oh, come on, really? Freaking Mogami that I can't see for some reason lit me on freaking fire. In 2 places. With like a third of his volley. And thus is why I hate playing battleships lately. I'm actually gonna slow way down here. So I can't put that fire out because I put a fire out earlier, so we're basically just gonna try and counteract it. Ow. By using our repair and hoping that does enough. Let's see, who do I want to shoot at here? Probably this guy, so we'll pop a shot here. I've only hit 3 shells, and that was like at the very start on a Mogami that did basically no damage to it. Also, there are a whole lot of enemies here, and my fire's out already, thankfully. 8 seconds, we'll be able to put out another fire, because trust me, there will be another fire. And I hit that other guy with those shells. I should have watched where they went. It's only a 9-second travel time. And he's going fairly slow. But he's at a bit of a weird angle, so we'll shoot, see what I can do. We'll probably miss again because I'm an incompetent buffoon. Yeah, we missed. Oh well. That is probably the biggest problem I have with battleships, apart from the being set on fire thing, which is not necessarily a battleship-only issue, is the native inaccuracy of these guns compared to everything else in the game. Those two are going to have a bit of a hug moment there. Hey, maybe I can take advantage of that and actually freaking hit something. Maybe I'll hit both of them. Well, I mean, that'll do, I guess. Oh, those torpedoes have actually disappeared, as it turns out. Have they detached themselves? It doesn't look like they have. Oh no, they have, just barely though. Maybe. Yeah, it looks like they've finally detached themselves, so I'll shoot a little bit ahead here. Also, I'm basically stationary, I'm aware. We're not doing very much damage. There's still 2 destroyers back there somewhere. There's one. It's a sim, so its torpedo range isn't very far, but it's still dangerous. Dude, you have to keep an eye on him, because sims have a fair number of torpedoes. I should have checked how long the freaking travel time on that shell was. 7 seconds. That's pretty good. 13,000 damage, I'll take it. That guy's firing HE. He actually lit him on fire, so I'm gonna stop shooting at that guy. That guy's been detonated, it looks like. And I'm probably gonna take a pot shot at this Sims, who's now dropping smoke, as if I don't know where he is. And then we're gonna try and not be horribly murdered by torpedoes. It's the gist of the plan here. Of course, I did basically no damage anyway, so it doesn't freaking matter. Ow. Oh right, I forgot about that guy over there. He's gonna drop torpedoes at me. The question is, how close is he gonna get before he drops torpedoes? And it looks like he's going for the point-blank approach. So that guy broke my gun. Rude. He may have dropped them there. I'm not paying attention enough to notice when he's dropping torpedoes. I'm basically trying to keep myself pointed straight at him to try and minimize the time I have to, you know, worry about dodging too much. There's the torpedoes. Of which one of them is going to hit me? 2 of them are going to hit me. I was hoping I could get away fast enough to dodge one of those. I don't think I even hit this guy either. Shoot too far forward. By the way, if you're curious, I shouldn't be this close to the smoke, I'm fully aware. I also should have launched my plane. The reason I shouldn't be this close to the smoke is because he's in the smoke. Also, he lit me on fire, which is just... now I'm sad. I would like to get away from the smoke, don't get me wrong. Oh good, I'm on fire in 2 places now. That's exactly what I wanted. What I would like to do is actually kill that stupid Sims, but that's not going to happen. So instead we'll shoot at this guy and turn away as I very slowly burn to death, because that's probably what's going to kill me now. And they're still firing HE, so even if I was able to put that fire out, I would still just very slowly burn to death. Eventually that Sims is going to shoot more torpedoes at me.
Scout destroyed.
Oh, there they are. Also, they blew up my scout. Oh, rude. I was already turning those, so it looks like he's made a bit of a miscalculation on where he needs to shoot. However, it doesn't matter, because I'm dead. However, I think I basically just murdered that guy's face, so, you know, made up for it, I suppose. There's basically nothing you can do about the fire. The skills and traits and equipment you can get that reduces fire chance has almost no effect. Also, we're losing horribly, I'm aware. Has almost no effect on the chance of being lit on fire because of how the game calculates fire and whatnot, and the fact it's multiplicative instead of additive, but whatever. If it was additive, that would be the greatest skill in the game, and I would have it, and so would everyone else, and fire wouldn't be a problem. Even though, I want to know how much... yeah, we'll wait this match out. I want to know how much damage I actually did before I got horribly mauled to death. Well, not horribly mauled to death, I slowly burned to death. Terrible way to go. And to be fair, it wasn't technically the fire that killed me. It looks like someone... I don't know if it was AP or HE, but someone did actually penetrate armor and deal some decent damage with a shell there. I feel like it was a battleship, but I didn't actually pay attention to who killed me. I think the dude I killed me, so it was Reckless in the Myoko. Either way, we've lost this match. There's zero chance of being able to pull it back, I'm pretty sure. We're about to capture 2 points. This guy's now on fire. Did that plane bounce off of him, or what happened there? I don't know what was going on. A single fire is not too bad. If you're on fire in one spot, you know, it's not that bad. You can just let it wear down itself if you wanted to, but once you get 2 or 3, or if you're on fire and flooding, it's basically over. Which is always great to be flooding and on fire. I think he repaired that. Repair tooled that. Also, this freaking Sims is getting some work done with his torpedoes, or at least he's trying to. Apart from those 2 that barely clipped me, although I thought 1 was going to clip me, I don't think he's actually hit anyone else. Someone got Confederate. That guy got Confederate. I don't know what Confederate does, but he got it. Now, if they kill that carrier, that'll delay the game a little bit longer. They could try and kill both carriers, because they're both basically right there. But it doesn't look like they're going to kill it fast enough. It's so close. One more tick. Oop, they killed it. Now they just need to kill that other one. And it looks like our carrier is actually doing some ballsy stuff over here, so let's find him. He's actually capturing points. Well, it looks like he's gonna beach himself here. I thought he was gonna go capture that other point. He may have just turned too sharply and not realized it. I think that's may have been what he did there. Unfortunately. So he's been running from this guy for a while. I actually noticed it a while ago. I just never mentioned it. It looks like that guy's gonna burn or flood to death, though. So it looks like we're actually going to win this match. Or we'll tie it. Never mind, I didn't realize the freaking timer was that close. Oh no, we won, somehow. Oh, they're all dead. Oh, I didn't realize he was the last one. Clearly I'm not paying attention. Either way, 75,000 damage. We fired 178 shells, only 34 hit, which is actually very low. I know that for a fact, but whatever. I'll take it, I suppose. Let's go play with the Furutaka and complain about how you can't turn the ship and shoot the guns at the same time. Because you can't really turn the ship and shoot the guns at the same time. Unless you're shooting at something that's going in the direction you're turning, but that's, you know, details. Looks like it's gonna be a battleship heavy match. No, even though the matchmaker implied it would. Fairly balanced match, except for the fact that the matchmaker has decided that we don't deserve a second carrier for whatever reason, and instead it has placed me here in place of said carrier. Which is not a very good idea. We are top tier. Also poi. We are top tier, so we could potentially get some work done here. We could also potentially just die horribly, so I suppose there's that balance. We do have our torpedo launchers. 3 per side. They don't have torpedoes in them, don't question it. They will have torpedoes in them. Either way, we have those torpedoes, which are actually pretty good because they're Japanese long lance. And we have a series of 6 very poorly placed guns all around the ship, which turn very slowly. Like embarrassingly slowly, actually, like freaking hand crank over here. I don't know where I'm gonna go. I think I might just hang out in A. It doesn't really matter where I go on this map, just go somewhere, basically. Going to B as anything other than a destroyer will usually result in you being spotted by something and promptly murdered, though, so I don't generally recommend doing that. Also, crispy waffles and a Kuma. No one likes the Kuma, go away. May as well launch my plane, too, even though it'll probably get shot down, whatever.
Scout launched.
Also, if you're curious on where the enemy generally comes into B from, it's about right there. Or in our case, about right there. There's a little spot between 2 islands where that destroyer is going, where most people will generally go to that point for some reason. It's a great place to drop torpedoes. And presumably then promptly murder someone, because torpedoes in a tiny area are fairly hard to dodge. They have a lot of fighters. In fact, they're fighter equipped. Both of them are fighter equipped, so all that's going to be on the field for offensive planes is 2 dive bombers, and US dive bombers aren't very good. I'll try and help this guy's fighters out if they come over here, though. Don't get me wrong. It's Kuma. It's Kuma. It's Kuma. I would like to shoot at it, but there's an island, also that destroyer. I would still like to shoot at this Yubari, so I will. That might not even hit, because I think that's probably too close to him. Yeah, we're actually going to spin the guns anyway, so it doesn't technically matter. I don't know what that guy's fighters are doing. I think he's just attached his fighters to me, which is fair enough. I'll help him in a fight if stuff comes over here. That's pretty much my job. I am a cruiser, after all. And I'm being shot at by a multitude of things over yonder, one of which has broken my gun. Which is rude. Drop some torpedoes kind of haphazardly in there and then just basically go in. Have at ye, scurvy dog, etc., etc. Because I really just want to get away from these freaking battleships over here that I've realized are over there. And will presumably light me on fire at some point. I basically just blind fired torpedoes, by the way, if you're curious. In the hopes that maybe somebody will pretty much, oh yeah, there's the fire, accidentally run into them. May as well go ahead and put that out, why not? There's probably a reason why not, as I'll be on fire again in a second here, but why not anyway? What am I shooting at? Oh, dive bombers. Let's go. Oh yeah, I forgot I have secondary guns. You can tell how frequently I use those. Oh, there goes the steering, which I can't repair for a minute, so whatever. Hello. Can you not run into me? Thank you. I can't steer, so I either stop going forward or I just go forward. Oh, now I'm on fire again. Good. To be fair, I'm doing the same thing, setting people on fire constantly, but what do you want me to do, man? Steering gear damaged. I should probably spin the turrets around. Do something over here, maybe. Oh look, I'm gonna collide with something. You know what? Do a torpedo drop that way. I wish I could steer. I also wish I wasn't on fire all the time, but I don't know how to have those things. That guy's dead. I'm on fire in 3 different places now because that battleship is shooting HE for some reason. I was hoping he would turn to get more of his guns on me, but he's apparently not going to do that. Are all of them shooting HE? He's shooting AP now, but it doesn't matter because I'm just going to burn to death, so it's kind of irrelevant. Well, that was a bit disappointing. If I hadn't lost my steering, it wouldn't have been quite so bad, because I was actually planning on turning right and going around that little island there, but I very rapidly lost the ability to do that, and then I just lit on fire in 70 different places. Each fire takes for a certain amount of your health. I'm pretty sure it's percentage based. And you can't out-heal. I think you can equal a heal with a battleship via the skill for 2 fires, but 3 fires you can't. 4 fires you're basically dead in a very short period of time. Which is unfortunate. Let's, we can play The Sims. The game The Sims. You wanna do The Sims? We can do The Sims. Doesn't have all that many torpedoes, it's got 2 quads, tiny range. Has good guns though. Hover over those so you can see it. It's pretty much like every other US destroyer for all intents and purposes. It's got a 7.5 kilometer detection range. Let's go for it. I would have liked to have a better Furutaka match, but whatever. I was also going to do 2 Fuso matches, wasn't I? Lost the ability to speak, but whatever. Game has decided we should have a carrier and they should have a Nagato, so... This is just a weird matchup. That Nagato could get in a pretty good game here. Theoretically a pretty good game. Look at the turret speed on this thing. Oh, why can't other ships be like this? Why can't Japanese ships just not have garbage turrets? Why can't that be an option? Plus it's pretty maneuverable. The only real downside of this particular ship is the torpedo range, but that's just how US destroyers work, so... There's not really much you can do about it. Plus it's got this sweet rangefinder on top of the tower there. Everyone likes a sweet rangefinder. It's animated and everything. It's great. It basically just animates like a turret. Bunch of depth charges on the back. It's a destroyer. It's how it works. Bunch of depth charges on the side. Probably some depth charges up here. No, there's just a dinghy over there. Fair enough. So that guy's going to proceed to ping that square 600 times. For some reason, I don't know why. So instead of just saying north, he's going to ping it 900 times. And change the number every time just for giggles. Also probably going to go ahead and start dropping smoke here.
Smoke generator started.
Then we're going to do a little bit of a circle around yonder, and I'm going to drop some torpedoes down this way. Because these are quads, they have a pretty wide spread by default, and even the short spread is pretty...
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Pretty crazy spread. That's probably not going to hit anything, let's be honest here, but I did it anyway. Probably shouldn't have, but I did it anyway. How do you report like that? There's a keybind in the options for targeting stuff. It's not actually bound by default, which is just silly, but whatever. You think that'd be something that's bound by default. Yeah, anyway, if someone had decided to go through there, it would have been a bad day for them, but unfortunately they didn't. I'm actually going to stop here for a minute and see what's going on. Looks like our carrier is going to get harassed in a second here by quite a lot of people. Meantime, I'm just going to stop. If you're in smoke and not doing anything, you're pretty much impossible to detect as a destroyer. Which we are in smoke, as hard to tell as that might be. Looks like no one's still even remotely over here. It looks like their north team has split up. And their south team seems to be going to harass our carrier down there. Oh, hello. Appears to be a foe. Question is... Oh, hello! How are you? This is a terrible situation for both of us. That's also not going to hit because I'm an idiot, by the way. Neither is his, though, so we're equally idiots. It's alright. He, however, is a Nicholas, and I should be firing AP, I'm aware.
Confirmed penetration.
Ooh, that one's gonna hit. I forgot I had 2 torpedoes. Yeah, that was a bit stupid of me. We're just gonna act like that didn't happen, because I forgot how torpedo launchers work.